What is going on, Shedheads? Welcome back. And this is not the green room. This is a tribute to the green room. Because unfortunately, some stuff's going on. I don't really want to get into it right now because I might get in trouble. So, with that being said, if you guys are following me on Instagram or follow my Facebook page, then you probably already know what's going on, and that's why we're over here. But thank you guys for coming and hanging out. Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate you guys.
And I want to give a quick shout out real quick because I didn't get a chance to show Chris this yet. But I got home today from work, Chris. Opened the mailbox and there was a nice package in there from one of our good friends, Mr. Anthony Ramella over there on the Friday Fallout channel. If you guys aren't checking that out, go over there, check that out. But dude, check out what came in today, bro.
What? Yo,
Bro.
dude, that's fucking fresh. I like
Hey,
bro.
that shit.
Hey, and you want to see something cool? I got one for you and one for Chris, bro. Or one for you and one for Sean.
Yeah,
We all got
let's
t-shirts, son.
go.
Yo,
Anthony,
Yo.
you're a fucking
Dude,
legend, bro.
absolute
Thank you.
legend.
It's fucking awesome. It looks professional.
Yeah,
Fuck,
dude.
too.
They're
dude,
nice.
when I saw that shit, I was like, bro, that needs to be on a t-shirt. Like, that is friggin' awesome. Like,
Yeah,
his
dude, that's fucking awesome.
art has come. Like, we've known Anthony for years now, right? Like, we've watched his whole progression. His art has gotten so unbelievably good. I am so proud to call him my friend, and that is an amazing, amazing gift.
Yeah,
100%, especially
dude.
when you're not expecting it. Well,
Yeah, bro.
okay, this is the thing. I kind of
Well,
was
I
expecting
wasn't.
it because he hit me up today and was like, "Hey, man, there's gonna be something in your mailbox," and I was like, "Oh, all right, that's cool," but I didn't know what it was. Had
So
no
you were
idea.
still surprised.
Yeah.
You're
Oh yeah.
just not
100%,
surprised in
dude.
the aspect of something from Anthony King.
100%. Yeah, he
Well,
is a
Anthony,
freaking legend.
thank you. You're awesome.
Yeah,
Full
absolutely.
stop.
Total legend. That solidifies it.
Mouthful of liquid right there.
Well, depending on which liquid it is, sometimes that's a good thing.
Oh, it's blast off, bro. So we good. But anyway, let's start the show up as we normally do. We've got a couple things in front of us, possibly, probably, maybe. At least I do. So let's start off with Sean. What do you got, bro?
Dudes.
Yeah,
So first, dude, can I say how glad I am to be back on this show?
We missed you, bro.
Like,
not only here, but the podcast, bro. Last fucking Sunday's recording. I was so glad to be back.
It was
bro.
back to normal.
I was so glad to be back.
Felt
Yeah,
awesome.
sure.
We're in the new studio now. Life is starting to get, it's just some semblance of normal for me now. But because of that, I'm in the new crib. I had to go digging. Your boy hasn't had a dripper going in months. I needed to get back on my drip game. I needed some nice rowdy 0.1, hot and heavy. I needed it. So I broke out, bam, the Saint, and I slapped the Widowmaker on it.
Nice.
And it's got the mixtape, the guava jelly, and all right. So I also got this guy, Clutch, the intake duel, still running the intake duel like I've been doing. That actually has the very end of the toffee custard by Bottle Violence, and I chucked the bottle because, the free throw game. Just saying.
Strong.
No, terrible, honestly. Unless I'm throwing like e-liquid bottles into a trash can. Don't give me a basketball.
Kobe all day.
Exactly. But to go back to a dripper for a bit, that was lovely. That thing vapes great, but to just have a tube mech in my hand, this, all of it feels so good. It feels so right.
That's living, bro. That's living. And like, what a fucking perfect setup too, man.
Chucking tits, winning cloud comps.
Like real good RDA, real good mech mod.
Fairly new VAP cell battery inside, so that way it's like still got plenty of juice left behind it. Life is good. But speaking of being good, what's good with you?
All right, well, I'm going super simple. I don't have a dripper either, but I'm cool with it because like it's one of my faves. So everything that I'm about
Can
to
I guess
show
what it
you,
is? What the tank is?
you can. But let me just say this first.
Okay.
Everything I'm about to show you are some of my favorite things. Period. In this entire one setup. But go ahead.
Okay. Tank Boreas V2.
Ding 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 ding.
Yes. Okay, that's all I wanted. Thank you.
All right, so I got the Boris V2 on top of the heavy hitter. Inside of here, I actually got some semi nitro coils. I got some of his 28s in here, so it's like a 0.14. It's fucking very very nice. I got I I think it's a hollow chop top. I think it's a hollow chop top, but either way, it looks fucking dope on here. That's all that really matters. And then the liquid that I got going on in here is well, it's
That
too much.
VC or the
Got that
LC?
VC, and it's VC. It's just too much
Too much
brightness.
light on it. Yep.
Yeah.
There it is. I see the V now.
Yeah, so it's a little VC action. Just because I don't know, I like my own shit, I guess. I'm not gonna apologize for that, but also just everything's going so good together that I'm just fucking very, very happy. And it's the perfect setup for me to just like chill, sit back, and not have to drip every like 3-4 hits because I had a rough week at work and now I just want to fucking hang out with my boys and just chill.
Hell yeah,
So
dude.
that's it for me. So James.
All right. Well, I'm actually in the middle of setting one last thing up right now because I just realized I had it, and I was like, you know what? Let's do that too. But I'm trying to find the liquid I want to. I guess I'll have to use this one. Anyways, first off, I've got the old clutch single, 2700 with the RDA for vaping on there, custom coated by Mr. Palmer's powders in that nice I forgot what this is called. Something burgundy. It's burgundy. I know that. On top, amethyst chop top from DHD. Really like that drip tip. It just looks really nice on that RDA. Inside, I've got some Breeze Tones triple 28s, the same ones that are in here from the build session I did not too long ago. With taking that wrap off, bringing them down to that 0.1, just super crackly, super rowdy, super flavorful, super everything. Loving it. And of course, with that, I got to put that homeboy mango on the inside because I'm all about that mango life. Next thing is on top is something new. Mod is something just priceless. You can't replace this thing here. I got the Warlock's Guardian DNA 250C from Mr. Markloff, RIP, man. Gathering Vapor. Got the new Ripsaw RDA collab between Suicide Mods and Bearded Viking.
Dude, how is that? I didn't know you had that.
I literally just got it right before the show, dude.
Oh, shit.
So let me vape on it a little bit more, and I'll kind of give you some first impressions. I will say so far, though, airflow is smooth, but very interesting, dude. This is an interesting RDA.
Probably would hate it, personally.
You probably, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, probably. But it's different, bro. And it makes me excited. Because if you guys haven't seen, it's all pods right now, man. And I'm tired of it. And I got something cool and new to check out and mess around with, so I'm pretty stoked. But smooth airflow. A slight bit of restriction. Not too crazy. Not too wide open. The adjustment on this thing's funky. I haven't quite figured it out yet. I don't know what exactly it is that I'm doing. So I'm going to have to figure that out. But inside, I actually threw some Mr. Stay Puff coils in here. Shout outs to Nick, Mr. Stay Puff. He gave me a few sets of coils a while back, and I've kind of just been sitting on them a little bit. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to throw some of those in here. These are like his mech alien specs. Came out to a 0.11. Perfect for me. But I'm running at 120 watts with a little bit of that blast off action. Because I don't know if you guys have been listening to the podcast, but we've been talking about Mountain Dew a lot lately. And I kind of went on a Mountain Dew hunt today. And I ended up with 5 different flavors of Mountain Dew. And I was pretty excited about it. And that kind of sparked the idea to set that up. And I'm actually setting up this guy right now. It doesn't have a coil in it yet because I'm about to prime it. But this is the new, Freemax, what is it? Freemax. Where's the box? Where's the
It's
other?
the Freemax Fancy 100.
No, it's this guy. It's the Freemax Marvos X. That's what it is. But this
Is it
thing,
100 watt?
yes, I believe so. But it's single 18650.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
it does have like that same sort of customization aspect to it as the Maxis Solo, but it's got more options. Like as you can see, like right now, it's just kind of like lit up all different colors all around. Well, it's got all kinds of different like patterns and modes and different shit that you can do to it compared to the other one, which is kind of cool. But it's one of those little magnetic pod mod guys with the airflow down here. Kind of wish they would have put a little adapter thing or something, but hey, it is what it is. And I'm about to fill it up with some of this Just Fruits grapefruit citrus sugarberry because this stuff's delicious and I want to vape it. And yeah, that's it for me. So it's time for that favorite segment, guys. You guys already know. If you guys want to find out a little bit about what's happened maybe this weekend in this thing we call the shed, it's time to find out what's new in the shed.
Well, first things first, what's new in the shed is that this was our first episode back. So it was fantastic. So we did that. That's out now. Go check it out. But after that, this new episode coming up, we talk about Mountain Dew because, again, it's been a recurring topic.
There's some fans. There's some fans.
Mountain Dew.
Sean and myself specifically, but.
Well, you know what it is? Like, I always want to try the new stuff, right? When
when
they do like limited edition things, like I always want to know what it is. I want to try it. So like even right now, I got one of the new limited editions. It's their Baja Mango Gem, which is a
I'm
mango
so jealous.
Baja Blast.
This
and
is what I'm rocking.
Oof.
The old Purple Thunder. Well, not old. It's new. This is a berry plum.
Ooh, intriguing.
Yeah, and I ain't mad at it. Didn't think I was gonna like it, but it's actually not bad. I gave it to my sister, and you want to know what the first thing she said is? That tastes good with vodka in it.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. Of course, only if you're 21 years of age or older.
Yeah, of
drink
course,
responsibly.
But you know, soda talk ends up leading us into road trips and abandoned places. So you know, just like every Shedtime podcast, you never know where this whole conversation is going to end up. But I know where you can find it. It's on all the streaming platforms, so go check it out. And there's also a website. You just throw that Shedtime podcast into your favorite search engine. I promise you'll find it on everything. So that's what's going on in the shed, ladies and gentlemen.
Sweet. And with that, so pretty much, guys, today's episode is just going to be kind of kick back, chill. Of course, I'm not going to get into like crazy details and stuff because I don't want to get in trouble, like I said. But yeah, things are going to be changing on my YouTube channel as far as content goes. The restrictions are a lot crazier now, so of course that means I have to pivot and make changes myself. So with that being said, I'm going to have to rethink my whole review process on how I do that whole aspect because I can't even show you guys a box anymore. So that's one thing that's going to change. So the download section is going to be pretty lackluster for the most part. And of course, I'm still going to try to show you guys the ins and outs of the product itself and everything, you know, about whatever it is. But I can't show any links, post any links like I haven't been doing. But apparently they can get you for even something on a box. So with that being said, I got to change that up. And I think I might just kind of transition more into doing like more live builds and hangouts and, you know, kind of just doing like more of a free-form kind of green room situation, you know what I mean? Where it's not necessarily so, you know, oriented one way or the other. I'm just going to kind of have to feel it out and, you know, see how things go. I'm doing a little soul searching myself because, you know, this is something that, you know, kind of hit me pretty hard when it first happened and kind of took me down a couple notches, as and most people probably would expect. And it's just kind of got me thinking about stuff. Of course, I first off want to say I'm not going anywhere, first and foremost. But I may not be as active as far as posting and that sort of thing goes, just for a little bit until I kind of figure things out for myself and kind of figure out what it is exactly I want to do or what direction I want to go. I think that I kind of just need to take a step back from myself too. And like I said, we're not like the show will still be happening Friday or whatever, but just like I might not be posting reviews as much. I think I just need to kind of take some time for myself and just kind of reevaluate things and just kind of get back into the swing of things on a better note, because I'm kind of been in a funk a little bit even before all this happened. I've kind of been in a little bit of a funk, so I think I just need a little recharge. You know what I mean?
No doubt. I mean, everybody needs that. And like the thing is that when you're when you're dealing with continually changing content rules, right? And part of the catch here is that um old material still has to adhere to the new rules. It's not grandfathered in. So
Yeah.
some of you guys might be people who have watched Twisted 420 and know about how like recently what he's been through. I mean, it's a situation where like they can go and suddenly you're getting flagged by the bots from a video in 2012. And there's very little recourse in that situation, and it's frustrating because I mean everybody's heard the story. Anybody who has a YouTube channel has really worked hard to build the following, to create the content, to do the things that they've done, and nobody wants to throw all of that away. That's like that hurts probably more than anything, because it's like, dude, I literally have to start it over from scratch.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's also just it's like you said, right? Like, how the fuck are you supposed to know that some of your first videos, if you started doing videos in like 2015, 16, 17, whatever it happens to be, like, how are you going to get them to comply to today's standards? So you basically have either your only choices are you erase them or you just run the risk of getting strikes, which to me is fucked up. But like, that's the whole thing, man. It's like, I don't know, man. It's like your house, your rules, and if it's not your house, it ain't your rules. So like, you have to play by them, and that's the fucking part that's shitty, right?
Yeah, and the shittiest part is when you thought you were following all of the rules, and then when they don't really give you a real explanation. They just kind of give you like a kind of blanket statement, but don't exactly tell you what it is that happened in your video. So it's like I've been kind of, I don't, like I said, I don't really want to get too much into it, other than
Yeah, no, we're
things are
good.
going to be changing as far as just content goes, reviews go, that sort of thing. Of course, we're not going to be, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to tell you guys any sites or anything anymore for just because I don't know what sites they're getting me for anymore. So at this point, you guys are pretty good at Google Foo, I can imagine. So we'll pretty much just tell you the basics, and you can kind of figure it out from there. But with that being said, things are going to be changing a little bit, guys. And I might be kind of taking a little bit of a step back. Like I said, I'm not going to be going away, completely disappearing. And even if I do kind of, take a little step back, and we, maybe you don't see me for a week or two, don't worry. I might just be, kind of pulling back a little bit and, just taking care of some personal stuff. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I got to worry about my own mental health as well. And it's something I don't really do all that often. I don't really think about it. And it's about time that I do. You know what I mean? Everybody needs to kind of take some time every now and then to just kind of focus on themselves, get themselves out of, like I said, a funk, like you said, Earn. That's exactly what I'm trying to do, man. Just trying to keep my head up and, trying not to let the things get to me, and trying to figure out how I can deal with it in a better way than how I have in the past. Because obviously, how I've handled things in the past for myself just aren't how I want to continue to do it. You know what I mean? I'd rather find out healthier ways to do it to where I'm not as stressed, depressed, anxious, all the other emotions all up in one, and just kind of try to narrow it down to where I can kind of think through things with more of a calm, clear head, and kind of figure out how to work through the day to day a little bit better. I think that's just the main thing.
You know what? At the end of the day, man, everybody needs time every so often to just be a better human being. And if that
Absolutely.
human being is just being a better human being to yourself, that's still bettering yourself and being a better human being. And I think that lots of times people forget about that. They think about, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that. And then they don't think, like, just like you said, you know, it's like your own mental health. But you also just have to like keep in mind that you learn as you go, and you don't get to figure out what you do to a problem until the problem arises,
Yeah,
right? So that's what's happening right now.
yeah, and a part of it too is like I have to remind myself and some of you guys too, not even have to remind you guys, but like, you know, I already work a full-time job. You know what I mean? And then I'm also putting in a little bit of overtime every week. So, you know, I'm pretty fucking worn out already during the week. And then I try to come home and try to knock out videos and edit and do all this stuff to where it's like I'm kind of burning candles at both end all the time. And you know, eventually that wick's gonna run out, and I think I'm at that point to where it's like, you know what, you know, I just need to focus on my personal stuff and get that all situated, and to where I'm at a place to where I can get back to it and be in the position I was when I first started this, to where when I was excited and I was motivated and I did have the passion for it. Not saying that I don't. It's just like right now with all this stuff, like it's really got me kind of, like I said, in a funk about the whole situation, you know. And I've also had a lot of changes in my personal life, you know, job changes, you know, that sort of thing. You know, so I've been kind of trying to figure that all out. And yeah, man, it's just part of fucking life, part of getting
Yeah, man,
older,
it's
part
a
of being
forced reflection, right? Like
yeah.
you might not have done that. You might not have reflected, and you might have just ended up crumbling or something without this kind of forced
Well, because
break.
that was the thing too. Like I was talking to a couple of the cool kids. Shout outs to the cool kids. On Thursday, I was hanging out over there, and you know, I was talking to Sifu, specifically. He's one of the people I was talking to, and he's just like he was just kind of telling me, he's like, yeah, man. He's like, you sometimes you just need to kind of take time for yourself and do things for you, and you know, kind of, you know, lighten your load a little bit. You know what I mean? You know, he's like, they call it a grind for a reason, and because it grinds on you, and eventually you're gonna be burnt out. And he's like, so if you're feeling like you're getting there, he's like, then take that time, man. There's nothing wrong with taking that time. He's like, it's not like you can't come back. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? It's like we're all gonna be here, and you know, not that's another thing that's kind of, you know, pushing me to kind of maybe take a little step back, is because I know I do have such a great supportive community, that I've been lucky enough to be a part of, and you know, I guess help build, you know, with this whole Shedhead community, as well as, you know, the stew community, and you know, just the vape community in general. You know what I mean? I have a lot of people that have reached out and, you know, have given me, you know, kind words and, you know, words of encouragement, and you know, saying that, you know, whatever I end up doing, you know, they got my back and that sort of thing. And just having that, man, is just such a blessing, you know. It's not something I've always had. You know, I've always had family that, you know, have always been really, really supportive. But to also have such a big group of people that are, you know, think differently. And I've gotten little bits of advice from different people that, you know, have said little bits of different things that do all make sense, you know, when I kind of break it down. And, you know, it's just so helpful, and I'm just glad to be part of this community, and that's part of the reason why it's, you know, like I don't want to just fucking be like, you know what, I'm done, that's it. So instead of getting to that point, I feel like I just need to, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to be that guy that's, all right, guys, this is my last video, you know, I'm done. Thanks for everything, but that's it. You know, I don't want to do that, you know, because at the end of the day, I really do enjoy doing this show. I do really enjoy doing the build streams and stuff. The reviews, like the recording and editing, is still something that, you know, it's a love hate thing. You know what I mean? Like I don't love editing,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't love recording a lot of the times, because part of it is that I don't like hearing myself talk. Weird, right? But yeah, I don't like it, and I have to sit there and I gotta watch these videos more than probably you guys do before they even get uploaded. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
it gets tedious and that sort of thing. But I've kind of, you know, maybe I just kind of got to work that out too. You know, figure out maybe a different way of going about it to where it's not as, you know, stressful, or I don't get as, you know, edgy when it comes down to it, because there's times where it's just like I want to do it, I want to do it right, and I sit here and I sit here and I sit here and I just keep beating my head up against the wall, and it's like, you know, sometimes I just got to be like, you know what, step away, go do something for a little bit, come back after my head's clear, sit down, and then get back to it. You know what I mean? And that's something that I need to work on.
Well, I mean, it's weird. It's a weird thing, right? Like, for one, there's content creation as a whole.
Yeah.
And it's like you've learned how to create content. So now like you can apply that any way you want to and still make content of whatever kind you feel. But you're absolutely right. When it comes to like the whole editing process, you kind of are made for editing or you're not. Like
Yeah.
it is a tedious task, and you end up learning how to best do what you're trying to do in a manner that works for you. And that takes time, and it takes comfort in the software you use and the techniques. And at the end of the day, you know, you find the things that work best, right?
Yeah.
And like one thing I've always noticed is that people respond to things that are genuine. And sometimes it's more enjoyable when I watch a content creator here on the internet that leaves some of the silly fuck ups and shit like that in, because it makes them seem even more real and approachable, right? And at the end of the day, that's exactly who we all are. Nobody's famous. Not a one of us. And when this is the platform we're on, none of us are famous. You know what I mean? Even the people living on it.
Yeah.
We're still just normal people. We're not demigods of any kind. We're not even stars of any kind. And we all need to just remember we're all human. We're just people, all of us. And sometimes we're our own worst enemies. We're expecting way too much of ourselves, and nobody else expects it of us, and no one's going to tell us they don't expect that much out of us. They're just going to let us keep expecting that much out of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And that ends up killing us. Sometimes we just got to slow down. And I'll tell you what, it's a lesson that's been hard to learn. I've been practicing trying to slow myself down for 10 years, and I'm still not there, but I'm getting better every day. And that's the thing, right? Is that some of that shit isn't important, right? Like that video doesn't have to get out Thursday. If it gets out Friday, if it gets out Saturday, if it gets out Monday, it's fine. You know what I mean? That what matters is I get to work every day. My bills get paid, you know? If I get the podcast out a little late, sorry guys, but
Yeah, and that's the
I'm
thing that I got to
you
remind
know?
myself too, is the like this is a passion, you know, hobby project for me. You know what I mean? This isn't paying my bills. This isn't keeping my lights on. You know what I mean? This isn't helping monetarily helping me in my day-to-day life. This is just something that I do for myself, and what I get out of it is just being part of the community and, you know, those positive aspects of it. But, you know, so like I got to remind myself that, you know, if shit happens to where like you said, Sean, where like I might not be able to do a green room because I got this going on or that going on, or, you know, I might not be able to get a video up the day I want to because, you know, I had a crazy day at work and I'm just too fucking worn out to do it or whatever. You know, that's okay. You know what I mean? I got to remind myself that that's okay, not get so wound up and just be like, oh man, but I got this happening. I got to do. I just need to take a step back, chill, and be like, all right, man, take it a step at a time, not 10 steps at a time. You know what I mean?
Well, this is another thing too, man. Is like you can't get lost in the idea that you started your channel, right? Because of passion and you enjoyed it. You thought it was fun. And if you're losing either one of those by putting pressure on yourself, that's not going to make it any better for you. So you just have to, like you said, you know, like you were saying before, you just you pull back and you reevaluate and you start to attack from a different angle, because if you lose those things, it'll show. And then it just becomes that grind where you're not going to even enjoy it anymore.
I don't want it to seem like I'm just phoning it in. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, you're doing it
I'm
just so
just
you
doing
can
it
say that
just,
you did it.
yeah, just to stay consistent. I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? And it's exactly like you're saying, Chris. It's like I don't want to continue to keep putting all this crazy pressure on myself when in reality all it does is just it's not doing me any favors. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, the people are gonna whoever wants to watch my video is gonna watch it whenever it's there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And if they
Yeah, when
don't,
they get the
oh well. If they
notification, they'll
do,
watch it.
sweet. You know what I mean?
They're not
So
like,
what?
yo, it's fucking Tuesday. Frame said he's gonna put it
Yeah.
on Tuesday. No, it's like when they get the notification, they'll watch it. Right?
And
Like
that's
what
the
you have
thing
to
is like
remember
I don't
too.
want to like at first when all this first happened, like I was blaming it all on YouTube. It's like fucking YouTube. Da, 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 da. They're coming after yada 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 whatever. And then I was like, you know what? It is what it is. It's their platform. It's their rules. It's fucking stupid. I may not agree with it, but it is what it is, dude. So pivot, man. Figure out what you're gonna do, man. There's why be angry about some. This is something that like I've been told so many times in my life, and I try to implement it as much as I can. It's something that my dad told me a long time ago. It's because like me and him are very similar in this aspect, and he's gotten a lot better with it over time. But don't stress about things you can't control. If there's nothing you can do to change it or to make the situation better, then it is what it is. Take the next step and move on.
Yeah,
You know what I
turn the
mean?
page, man.
Yeah. So okay, that's done. The world's not over. Life's not over. Go on to the next thing. You know what I mean? And that's something that I gotta continue to tell myself. And I feel like a lot of people out there, deal with things like this. You know what I mean? And that's the thing I also gotta remind myself. I'm not alone in these struggles and these feelings and that sort of thing, because that's one thing that I also struggle with is whenever I get in these situations, I feel like I have to deal with them by myself and I can't talk to anybody about them because they don't know what I'm going through because they're not in my shoes. When in reality, even though it may not be the exact sort of situation, a lot of people have been in similar sort of situations or been in situations where they might have a piece of advice that can help somebody. And you know what I mean? All it takes is just being open and actually being able to talk to somebody about something. Shout outs to Breeze Tones. Shout outs to my man Ashton Palmer, because like the day after like I made my post or whatever on Instagram, both these dudes instantly texted me and we're just like, hey man, yada yada yada, keep your head up, don't let this break you, you're bigger than this. You know what I mean? That, this sort of thing. You're a great person, you have a lot of people in this community that love you, and like just like giving me that, that support, and just letting me know that, if you need to talk, I'm here, just giving me a little bits of advice and that sort of thing. That helps so much. And then I was also able to, kind of just vent to them and just tell them how I was feeling and what I was thinking and what I was going through, and just like having to have that bouncing board, you know what I mean? Which is something I never really have had my whole life, because I don't really talk to anybody, you know what I mean? I haven't had a really close friend that I could find it in and told them my problems. Was never really open with like my parents. I didn't go to them when I had big issues or anything like that. I just kind of dealt with them on my own because I thought that's how I had to do it, you know what I mean? And it wasn't up until recently that I kind of started opening up more because of this community, to be honest, man. And that's at the end of the day, man. But let's make this a happier show now, okay? Because I'm done. Woe is me, okay? Things are gonna change. Stay tuned. You guys will see what happens. Like I said, I'm not going anywhere. I may, take a little break for a little bit to kind of just, figure some things out, like we all need to at times. But at the end of the day, I got to just pivot, and hopefully you guys can pivot with me. You know what I
Oh
mean?
man,
And
it's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good.
who knows? Something cool might come out of it, and I might start doing something different. Who knows? Who knows?
You know.
First thing is, I know one thing that I'm gonna start doing. Not necessarily. This isn't even like content creation, or I'm not doing this specific thing for anybody but myself. Is I'm gonna start playing music again. I told
Nice.
myself this this past last week when I was at my cousin's wedding, talking with family and stuff, and the subject got brought up, and I just started thinking about it. And then when this all hit, I was like, you know what, man? It's something that used to be like my therapy sessions. You know what I mean? I would every weekend on Saturday, I'd fucking get up early around like 8 or 9, pack my fucking guitar up, my fucking amp in my car, drive up to my buddy's house up in the mountains, set up, get shed timed off our asses, and then just jam for like hours. You know what I mean? Just playing whatever, dude. Sometimes we'd play some songs, sometimes we'd play some covers, sometimes we would just be fucking around, dude. But it didn't matter. Because when I was there and I was plugged in and I had that microphone in front of me and I had my guitar in my hand, dude, it was like I was in, a completely different place. You know what I mean? Like my mind shut off and I was one with the song. Whatever the lick was, whatever the lyric was, that was my time. And honestly, since I started this YouTube channel, I haven't played. And I feel like that's something that I need to give back to myself because I took it away.
Oh yeah.
Why?
Yeah, 100%.
Why did I take
100%.
something? Because, dude, honestly, music has been something I've been so passionate about since as long as I could remember. Before, when I was a little kid, I wanted to, be a country music star, singing and playing guitar or whatever. And then, as I got older, I just wanted to play guitar because I didn't really think I could sing all that well. And then, I got a little bit older and, started just kind of messing around. And then I started playing open mic nights and shit. And then really just started getting into it, started writing my own music and learning covers. And then next thing you know, my parents got me down at the fucking Staples Center auditioning for The Voice. That was a weird fucking thing. Obviously I didn't make it on the show, but it was a cool experience. But like there was a point where I literally, that's what I wanted to do, man. Is like I wanted to be a musician. Didn't care what it was, what I was playing or what I was doing. I just wanted to play music. And I don't, man, anymore. And that's sad.
Man, like I get it though, because like I did it as a signed artist for so long, and that like my focus shifted, right? Because I went from being an artist to being a booking agent to being a manager of 5 artists on a record label. So like I went through a lot where it got to a point where I started looking at it from a business perspective and stopped
You
looking
took
at
the
it
fun
as
out of it
art.
for you.
Yeah, I stopped thinking
Similar
about it
to
as
what,
art.
you know what I'm saying? Kind of what's
And
going
and
on
that's
with this
it.
whole thing. So
But I literally did what you're saying before the move, and I was getting super stressed, and I was just like starting to get really down on myself and everything. I went, you know what? Like that's what I'm doing wrong. I haven't made music, and I literally went and I just shut myself in the old studio for a little bit, and I composed something, and I made a banger, and by the time I was done with that, it got the endorphins I needed released into my system, and I felt like I had been in the sun for the last few hours. That like I felt what I needed. I got that dopamine
but dude,
fix.
it's just music is so it's emotions, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And it just like not only that, dude, it's just like it's vibrations, man. We're all vibrations. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
We
And
are the music we create.
and dude, it's
100%.
just crazy how you could play a certain song and just it could take you to a completely different place emotionally, mentally, and then if you're there long enough, man, wherever you were before is what you know what I mean?
Oh
That, you
yeah.
know what? I'll say that kind of goes for anything, like not even just music,
Just
right? Like
whatever you're passionate about,
I
you know
feel
what I
like,
mean?
yeah, like you know how people are always like,
Someone who loves woodworking, you know what I mean? Or
well,
like
yeah, like so no matter what your hobby is, whatever it happens to be, like something, right? That kind of takes you away and it like puts you in a better mental state and whatever happens, like whatever it is, like there's so many different things. And if you start to like lose the passion for that because you're trying to like grind it into a business, like how many people have you ever heard talk about, like, oh, I used to do this as a hobby and I kind of fell out of love with it when I turned it into a business. And now like I don't even really like doing it anymore. And as like a person that's actually done that, I know that that's a real thing. Like when I first started doing like landscape design and everything, I fucking loved it. And whenever I was in that mode, there was like zero stress on me, and I would just get taken away, and it would put me in a lot of really good headspaces. And then once the pressures of like, you need to do this to make a living, and if things don't work out, there's deadlines you still have to hit, and it's like, that's when things become no longer fun. And so I've always like struggled with that saying, which I'm probably gonna butcher right now, but it's like, uh it's like love
Do
what
what
you
you
do, you
love and
never,
do what you
yeah.
love, and you'll never work a day in your life.
Yeah.
And like, dude,
Yep.
honestly, like, here's the thing though. Okay. Work can ruin fucking any love you got. Okay. But if you can manage to make things work where you still love it, that is the
So
fucking hardest thing possible.
it's a
Because you could
balance,
love
man.
doing anything, and the minute that it starts to be that thing you have to do to make money and survive and thrive, it becomes less of a love affair.
well,
From
I
my
once
perspective.
I once heard a great piece of advice about that, and I've tried to live by it since I heard it, which is that everybody knows that saying, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. But the problem is that nobody's ever going to do what they love for a living. It's almost never happens, right? So how do you fix that? You learn to love what you do, right? There are zookeepers who have learned to love shoveling shit for a living, because they get to work in the zoo and they get to be around the animals. And so those positives outweigh the fact that they're shoveling shit every day. You know what I mean? But that's one of the things I try to live by now, is that it's like, I may not always get to do what I love, but if I can at least love what I'm doing while I'm doing it, then that makes the biggest difference, right? Our brain is a computer. And when you start a computer, it has to go through a startup BIOS, a whole set of instructions to start, Windows and all that other bullshit, get your computer running. Your brain is also a computer. And when you're first waking up, you're going through that same sort of a stage where your brain is in this state where it's super influenced. And so, when you're actually thinking in that manner of like, all right, well, I may not love the job I may not love, doing this job. This may not be my dream job, but I'm learning to love doing it because, I love the people I work for and the environment I'm in, et cetera, et cetera. It changes your mindset. When you wake up in the morning with that, nobody wants to go out and cut the grass, but when you learn to love that chore and you're like, yeah, dude, this is my time to go cut the grass. This is my day to do that. It sets the mind in that right trajectory. And it is a never-ending learning process to continue to practice 100%. But I'll tell you what, I'm learning that it works every time I try it more. It's pretty cool. I'll tell you that. You just wake up in the morning, you're like, you know what? Today isn't that bad.
Yeah.
Things don't really suck that bad. Life is good. You know what? I am a pretty cool dude. I am a pretty chill dude. And then you're like, once you're actually awake, you got that cup of coffee in you, you're like, yeah, man, life is pretty good. It isn't a bad day. Sure, it's overcast and raining, but you know what? It's another day above ground. Shit's all right. You just kind of get
here's the
that
thing.
vibe.
This is what I'm trying to do, man. I'm trying to turn my grind into a glide. You know what I mean?
Yo,
Does that make sense?
I get it. No, 100%, because I literally, part of my daily mantra nowadays when I'm like, and here we go, I'm going to get a little bit too much information maybe for some people, but I do this at the most random times. I'll be in the middle of taking a shit and have forgot my phone in the other room, and I'll just be sitting there like, I am good. Work comes effortlessly to me. Money flows effortlessly to me. I'm genuinely happy. And I just kind of repeat these things a couple of times into myself because, again, just like music, it's all vibration. And when I say these things and I hear myself say them, my brain doesn't know that whether or not I truly feel this way. My brain hears it and says, all right, cool. He believes in himself. And I get that release. And I start to feel like I really believe in myself. And then all of a sudden, I do believe in myself. And it's like, dude, holy shit, it actually works. It's wild. Do it right before bed. Do it right when you wake up. I'm telling you, you get a good solid week of doing that every day. It really does change the trajectory of your overall being for that day. It's pretty cool. It's like the trick I learned from my life coach when the muscles that are in your cheeks that move when you smile,
Mm-hmm.
these guys, believe it or not, they only activate when you smile. So, because of that, if you force yourself to smile, you're activating these muscles. Your brain gets a signal that sees that these muscles are working and says, something's making this guy smile. I don't understand what it is, but I need to release the happy chemicals in here because he's smiling. Something's good. And it actually starts to release dopamine and serotonin through your body so that you actually like start to feel happy. And it's the craziest thing, but it's this weird biological hack you can do to yourself. And I remember at points hating my job, driving in and like having a set point where I knew I was about 10 minutes out and I would just force myself to smile. And it was like the point where the traffic got the worst before I could get off the highway. And like,
Yeah.
I just started to force myself to smile from that point on. And dude, by the time I pulled into the parking lot, I really wasn't pissed off. And I mean, it was a lot of city driving by that point, and I really wasn't angry anymore. And I was like, holy shit. I mean, that's why I pay this guy, right? He's a life coach. He's supposed to know this kind of shit
Yeah.
to teach me. And it works. Whoa. But it does. It's crazy. This shit like this, all sorts of these little biological hacks you can do to yourself. We just got to learn them all.
It's like we said before, man. I believe I've even said it, and that sometimes I forget I need to take my own advice. Change the way you look at things, and things you look at change.
Yes. Yes. Be the change you want to see.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
with that, I need it. You
Mm.
need it. We
Mhm.
all need it.
Mm-hmm.
Sean.
And we're on the right channel for it. So that
Yes.
even makes more sense. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my esteemed pleasure to tell you that it is time for you to inhale the good shit. Exhale the bullshit. Because it's shed time.
What is going on? And we're back. Hey
Bada
there.
bing.
Hi there. Ho there. I was looking for my microphone and then I forget. It's literally, I've moved it.
It's finally out of shot. You could
Yeah.
just look straight at the camera.
It's right
It's
there.
amazing, right?
But hey, we're
Stop.
back. And you know what? We decided, I forgot to put a poll up. That's not what we decided, but I forgot to put a poll up. So we decided on what game we're going to play. And it's Bump It or Dump It. So if you guys have watched us play this game in the past over there on you know where, that's we're gonna do that right here. Sorry, brain fart. What we do is we're gonna throw out like some sort of musical category situation to you guys, and then you guys out there in chat are gonna start dropping suggestions that fit within said category, and then we will pick them out from chat one at a time, pass them around the panel here, and the three of us would say whether we would bump it by turning that shit up, bumping your speakers, it's where you're like your trunk is like thumping, you know what I mean? Or are you gonna fucking dump it, as in you're gonna pop that fucking CD out like back in the day, when you used to have CDs in your car, and fling that thing out the fucking window. So that being said, today's category is actually a pretty good one, man. I came up with it myself, so that's how you know it's good. It is songs you wish you wrote. So with that being said, if you're not someone who is musically inclined, who may play an instrument and actually be able to write a song and like listen to something and be like, man, I wish I wrote that. What is a song that you think is so good that like if you could play music, you wish you wrote it? You know what I mean? Like, what's one of those songs to you? Like, personally, you know what I mean? I want your personal opinion. Don't just throw some random shit. I want to know the truth.
Yeah, like we don't want you to say Stairway to Heaven if you could give a fuck about
Yes.
Led Zeppelin.
Like, I'll throw one out for me right now, and you guys are gonna fucking laugh, but I love this fucking song, and I have since I was a child. The Thunder Rolls by Garth Brooks. I don't care, man. The fucking bam, bam, bam with the thunder in the background and all. It's a fucking amazing song, man, and it's a good story too. If you actually listen to it, it's crazy, dude.
Dude, it is a great song. Like
That's good
I'm just
country
gonna
music,
say,
man, because that's good old storytelling right there.
I fuck with that era of Garth Brooks for sure.
That was a
And,
good
like,
era, bro.
Thunder Rolls is a hell of a story. And it's not like, it's not cheesy. It's not a cheesy country song. So like 100% a banger. As far as its bangers in country go, right?
Yeah,
like, but
it's it's the staple, bro.
For real though, it is like Garth Brooks. When someone
dude, I just
says
thought of
Garth
another
Brooks,
one. Damn it.
Well, why don't we pick one out of chat and actually send it around the room, because we got a few starting to pop up now.
All right. Go ahead, Sean.
So I'm gonna pick this one right out of the gate because I just recognized it quickly. Mallory Gates threw out "Fear of the Dark" by Iron Maiden. Yeah,
dude, it's been a while since I've listened to any Iron Maiden, bro.
Fear of the dark. Fear of the dark. I've got a phobia that something's always near.
I'm just trying to think of the actual like riffs.
I'm gonna say that because
honestly, that would be the only reason
why I have no idea about that song at all. I don't think that there's like really any Iron Maiden song that I would bump, and I know that there's some I'd recognize, but
that hurts my feelings a little, Uncle Chris. Wow.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Now, what I think is funny is, like, for me, I of course am gonna bump "Fear of the Dark." It's the only good song on that particular record, in my opinion. I'm not really a fan of the album itself, but that song is like the banger. Obviously, it better be. It's the lead track. It's "Fear of the Dark," the title.
But I can't.
It's the title track.
It is the title track of the album, yeah, and like it is the banging cut on the whole album. It is the best track of all. When you hear like they do live versions, the crowd, like Dickinson doesn't have to sing. He can let the crowd go and carry the whole fucking chorus and shit. Like it's such a great song. Do I wish I wrote it? No, I'd rather be Number the Beast. Personally, I wish I wrote Number of the Beast. Hail Satan. That's just my style. But dude, I love Iron Maiden. I've been an Iron Maiden fan since a little kid. Like, wee little lad, cassette tapes, little lad on the Walkman. And dude, yeah, Iron Maiden is part of why I started playing music. James is
How about you,
getting it.
James?
James is
I'm,
getting
Oh,
I'm
you're
listening
listening
to
to
it right now.
getting a refresh. Mind you, Dickinson can still hit those high notes, and the dude's like
Want
I
to know
don't
something
know.
crazy?
80,
You want to
70
You
something.
want to know something crazy? I've actually like played that song at one point with the when we were talking about up at the cabin with the boys.
Yeah.
My bass player, his kid, who's like around my age, was also like a guitar player, and that like he could fucking hit that shit, bro. Like he was singing, and I was dude. The craziest part about it, dude, this dude was like fucking 6'4", just fucking yoked, bro. Like he was just fucking enormous, dude. It was like he was like Hulk, but with like Thor hair. So it's like if
With
you put
Thor
Thor,
hair.
yeah.
So
So if you
the
put like
guitar looked like a
yeah,
child's toy in his hands.
kind of yeah. But he played like a 7-string or something. But he could shred too, dude. Shout out, I think his name was Randy. Anyway, shout outs to you, Randy. You're probably not watching this, bro, but keep shredding. And shout outs to your dad, Brownie, bro. Yeah, we should jam sometime. I should text him. Anyway,
You're like, yo, you going up to the cabin?
no, he lives up there.
Oh.
Yeah. Where we used to jam at, that guy doesn't live there anymore. That's a whole nother situation, bro. That's a podcast
okay.
story, dude.
maybe,
Oh, man.
maybe this weekend.
Dude, the best way to tell that story is if I could get Brownie on the podcast.
Dude, there you go.
Dude,
Homework, son.
Dude. If I could, if that,
Hey
anyways,
man, all he
that-
needs is a cell phone.
it could be fucking hilarious. That would, honestly, dude, you guys would fucking crack up at this fucking guy, dude. Anyway, let's continue on with the game. I'd probably bump it, man, because it reminds me of the old jamming days at the cabin. Since it
Hell yeah,
brought me
man.
to that story, I would play it. I would bump it because it reminded me of that. Fuck yeah. All right, Chris, go ahead, dude.
Lot of
Okay.
picks now. Holy shit, you
Okay,
guys.
I'm
You gave him
gonna go
plenty
hard.
of time. Plenty of time.
I'm gonna go one from Adi Tooney, and I'm gonna go with Nirvana, Come As You Are.
I was a Nirvana fan as a kid. And if you had asked me this in my teenage years, I probably would have said absolutely bump it. Because that would be a song that I would want to have written. I'm still going to bump it, don't get me wrong. But now I don't think I want to have written it because I don't want to end up like Kurt Cobain. And I
Yeah.
feel like I would.
Honestly,
But like when it's on
yeah.
the radio because I listen to classic rock and it's now considered
Dude,
classic rock,
isn't
I
that
turn it the
crazy?
fuck up.
The crazy part is as soon as you said that, Chris, like just the line, I just went right into the song, continuing after that, and then my foot started going to the bass drum, and my foot, like I played that song too at one point. I even knew I knew the drum part. Dude, that's one thing I miss playing too, bro. Is drums.
See, we did Smells Like Teen Spirit in my band.
Dude, you know what other song I forgot that we used to play that was hilarious? We used to play Steve Miller Band, fucking the Joker. Is that what it is? No.
Yeah,
What's it called? Yeah, Joker.
the Joker.
Yeah, and it was just hilarious, the three of us, because we were all fucking high as shit when we were playing it. Dude, they were the weirdest looking trio, dude. I'll tell you that. I wish I had pictures, because now I look back on it, bro, and it's hilarious that like I was hanging out with these dudes. But hey, man, I got to play music, and that's what it was all about. Anyway, yeah, I'm bumping it too, though, for sure, dude. Absolutely. Chris, you bumping it? You dumping it?
I'm not really a huge Nirvana fan, but I would bump it
That's one of
because
the
when I
ones
read
I
it,
would prefer more than others.
well, when I read it, like I was like hearing the fucking bass line
Dude,
like
yeah.
instantly, right? And so
And then my
like,
foot started going,
you know,
and
I
then
wasn't mad about it, so I was like, okay, I would bump that. Like that was
yeah.
like my,
There's other
internal
ones that I'll
decision
probably
making
pass on,
skills
dude,
right
for
there.
sure.
Yeah, if it was Smells Like Teen Spirit, I'd
Yeah,
say I would
I
not
don't
hear
think I
it.
could do
Like
that
I
one
would dump
anymore.
that. But Come As You Are, I would bump.
Or Heart Shaped Box, I'd probably skip too.
I'd probably bump that actually.
So yeah, like I had Heart Shaped Box on the radio the other day, and I did bump it. And
Yeah.
my wife was
Well,
like,
here's the thing, dude. It was on Guitar Hero, and I played
Yeah,
guitar.
it was.
Dude,
Okay.
and there was a point in my life where I
You
was
played a lot of that.
well,
I'm
it's
sure.
because I had no choice. I couldn't do any. There was a point where I couldn't pick up my real guitar because my chest was cracked open and I was with all that shit. Anyways, heart surgery shit. But so I couldn't play my guitar, and I was so bummed out about it that my oldest brother, bought me Guitar Hero, so I could just sit in the fucking recliner and hold the little plastic controller that was like half the fucking weight and still get it out.
Yeah.
And then I got so good at it to where I didn't even have to look at it to play it. I would watch, because like we had like a game room, and then like the next room over was like the living room. So I like just like kind of stand in the doorway and be watching whatever they're watching on TV while I'm playing Guitar Hero.
yeah, at that point you beat the game.
Oh, dude, I had nothing else to do. So I just fucking
Yeah.
I vegged out and fucking Guitar Hero'd it up. I bet you I couldn't play it now though. But yeah, that was one of those ones that was on there, so I wouldn't do it. So I guess it's my turn to pick one. And dude, there's so many choices. So many choices. That's a good one. That's a good. Oh, fuck me. That's a good fuck. I don't know which one I want to pick, dude.
Surag, I feel like I've heard of RX Bandits, but I'm not really sure.
Oh yeah.
Were they like a pop punk band?
Yeah, they like they
Like
would,
if you were gonna throw a label out there, like
yeah, like they
not
would
trying
get,
to label them, but I am.
they would get mixed
100%.
in with like the pop punk and the melodic punk groups.
So like Phoenix TX and
Yeah,
fucking shit like that.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and like you
Where
might
did
like
I saw one.
a station, a Spotify station with them might play some bands you love, might play some bands you like.
Like the
Fine.
definitely would play like The Used.
I hope not. I hope not. No.
Dude, what's that fucking who sings that song? It's like the March of the Black Parade or whatever.
Oh, My Chemical Romance.
Dude, that fucking song shows up everywhere, and it's like been my nemesis my entire life. Like the entire time that it's been around, it's been my
Dude,
nemesis.
I
And like
saw
now,
one-
I almost secretly like it. It's fucking terrible. This is not a secret anymore. Like part of me
Alright.
just doesn't hate it. I don't know why.
We're gonna go with Sewer Rug here. He says Holy Diva.
By the great Dio.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Bump it or dump it. And by the way, this isn't like for us to like say bump it or dump it. This is just whether we would bump it or dump
Yeah,
it.
we bump it or dump
Yeah.
it. That's it.
Regardless if we thought we
Like-
would write it, but it is a good one, dude.
Holy Diver is definitely one that when it comes on the radio, it does get turned up. It's a classic jam. If I want to put together some classic metal, I'm definitely gonna put Holy Diver in the mix for sure.
Yeah, dude.
So,
Fuck yeah, bud. Because again,
Yeah, I think that I would bump it too.
this
honestly.
because this is the thing, bro. I was never really super into like any like metal or like hard rock. Oh, I was listening to some hard rock. I was more kind of like alternative stuff. When like I first started playing music, I was like singer songwriter shit, bro. Like I was listening to like all that sort of stuff, kind of like weird.
John Mayer and shit.
Yeah, like John Mayer, Jason Mraz, and then like different like weird off the cuff like bands and shit. Like, dude, I was like really into the Fray for a while, just cause like I don't know what it was, but you guys know the Fray? Anybody know the Fray?
I feel like they had like a couple of
They had
really big
the Cable
singles.
Car
They had a
was
couple
Cable Car
pop
was like
songs.
their what breakout hit. But they had a couple. Safe and Sound was another one that I think was pretty big. Or no, that wasn't them. That was Anyways, there's a couple, but I used to listen to that stuff, bro, because it was stuff that I could easily like strip down and play acoustic, and like a lot of the times I would listen to stuff that would fit like my vocal ranges. You know what I mean? I would try to listen to stuff that I could play. I don't know. I was in a weird spot. But I listen to all kinds of different shit because then I also played like country shit too. But yeah, what were we talking about? Holy Diver? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Fuck
everybody said they bump it. I just want to actually
Unanimous.
ask Sue Rug for a second. He says, I can listen to RX Bandit's The Resignation front to back with no skips. Great album, sir. Okay, here's the deal. I don't listen to albums that I can't listen to the album without skipping. Like that's so literally I never skip because if I have to skip, I ain't listen to that. I'll like throw a song on a shuffle. That's completely separate. But if I'm listening to an album, I'm not skipping shit. Because if I have to skip shit, it ain't getting played.
Damn.
But he likes it. No, do you guys not feel that way? Like just as a quick aside, like, dude, if I like a band and I like an album, I want to listen to the whole album. I don't want to fucking just like be that like radio kid that just like plays the 2 radio singles and like everything else they don't listen to.
No,
What's the fucking point?
I just skipped the ones on the album I don't like.
Yeah, but what happens if you only like 2 of 14?
Then I listened to the 2 of 14.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't even bother. But that's me. Like that's me.
Not that I wouldn't like. I would just find those 2 songs at that
yeah, like
point, you know what I
today's
mean?
day and age, like we live in a time where you don't have to worry about that shit. But yeah,
But even when I used to listen to like fucking shit on my little fucking what were they called? The Sony the disc the Walkman disc version. I forgot what they
Discman?
called them. The Discman, yeah, I guess that's what they called them. I had like a neon green one. And yeah, dude, I'd skip songs on that shit all the time. Cause there might only be like most of the time it'd only be like 1 or 2 songs that just weren't really my vibe. Majority of the time. And I didn't
so
really
Rose, you're
listen to a
wrong,
whole
by the
bunch
way.
of different shit. I only really listened to what I had my hands on. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Anyways, back to the game.
Mhm.
Sean, I think it's on you.
Yeah, I'm going. Excuse me.
I
Ew,
wonder
that
if
was
these
rough.
Baja Blasts are full yet.
I've been going through the list, seeing what fire everyone's been throwing in here, and you guys are throwing in some fire. But I gotta go with Club Sinister. Careless Whisper by George Michael. The sexiest sax line of them all.
What is it called?
Careless Whisper.
Okay.
Oh my god, it is that quintessential fucking sexy sax sound. And it's classic. If I don't listen to a station that plays Careless Whisper, but I'll tell you what, when it comes on somewhere, I stop for a second to hear that fucking
When it's
killer
like
riff.
that's the one that's
Da 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 na 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 na. Yes, exactly.
Mallory. Wham!
Do 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 do. Yeah.
You know
so good.
what?
I'm gonna crank it. I'm gonna get down to it, and
You know what?
maybe one day I'm gonna make
I'll
a
tell you
baby
what.
to it.
I'll tell you what, Sean. I'm gonna go against the grain here, and I'm not bumping it. I'm dumping it because honestly, I'm about tired of hearing it because TikTok has fucking ruined about 25% of most songs for me.
Oh God, have you seen the Careless Whisper guy? He just plays sax in inappropriate places, and he
Yeah.
just plays that riff over and
There's
over.
that, and then they've like just put it as like background music for like weird stupid and no, fuck.
I love that jam. That's why I don't fuck with
Yeah.
TikTok. So don't ruin shit for me.
No, I don't fuck with
TikTok
TikTok,
either.
but people post this shit on like Instagram and Facebook, and like when I get in like a scroll thing, like next thing you know, I've heard it like 6 times, or I just get caught up because I do get caught up in reel swipes every now and then, where like I'll like someone will post a reel, and then instead of like just hitting the back thing to like back out of it, I end up just swiping, and then you just watch a bunch of just random shit.
Yeah, I fall into that trap once in a while. I feel you. It's dangerous.
But anyhow,
But that is how I found AJ Wilkerson, the autistic stand-up comedian. So,
dude,
sometimes that's a win
I've been
because that dude
listening
is
to a
gold.
lot of stand up lately, Sean.
But I gotta
Dude,
know about
there's
Uncle Chris.
definitely like times that you can watch one video and it leads to a bunch of other ones, and there is sometimes cool shit to be found. There's no doubt. There's also times that you look back at the last 20 minutes and you're like, yo, how did I get here?
Dude,
This was awful.
I just blew my mind right now because I forgot I'm vaping Blast Off, and I just cracked open a Baja Blast. So I took a sip and then took a vape, and I was like, oh, the flavor continues.
But how about you on the Careless Whisper there, Uncle Chris? I gotta know.
I'm gonna dump it. I didn't actually remember what it was, and then I listened to the first like 5 seconds, and I was like, nah, fuck this song, dude.
Not only that, but
gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm.
yeah.
Oh, you know how many babies got made to that song, bro?
Yeah, there's no doubt that, like, I'm sure, you know, but
Can't do it, but
for
yeah.
me, nah.
All
it's
right,
a
Chris.
jam.
Up to you, man.
All right, I saw one actually earlier that I wanted to. Okay, so
Keep the songs coming, people, if you have any.
Yes.
oh man, what the hell? I must have like just thought I saw that song. That's just a mind fuck in itself. Okay, there's one. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, from Mallory Gates, Black Sabbath, Paranoid.
Yep. That's another one. If it's on the radio, the volume is up, and I'm jamming. It's Black Sabbath's another one of those bands I grew up on too. Again, cassette tapes, early CDs. Like my father introduced me to that early on, and I was a big Black Sabbath fan as a kid.
Yeah.
Even seen them live.
There's a point in time where I would have said, nah, pass, dump it. But nah, nowadays, I just appreciate so much more music nowadays than I used to. You know what I mean? Like, you guys should see my Spotify playlist that I listen to at work, man. It's fucking... It's everywhere, dude. There's country,
Yeah, man.
There's fucking hip-hop, there's fucking reggae, there's rock, there's punk, there's ska, there's... a little bit of everything there.
It's like
Dude, what I need to start now, what I need to start adding, bro. Now that I'm thinking about it, I need to start adding some funk to it, and then a little bit of some Earth, Wind, and Fire.
You gotta get yourself some pigeons playing ping pong, sir. Little FUNK. Oh, trust me, it's got that vibe, but you might dig
And
it.
they put a little Earth, Wind, and Fire on there. Maybe a little bit of some Temptations on there. Get a little Motown on there. Yeah.
Okay,
dude,
so as for that
where's
song,
the Motown
I would
era music, guys? Jeez, you're missing so many things.
but I would bump it for sure. I would bump Paranoid by Black Sabbath.
Oh yeah,
it would happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so guess it's my turn. Let's scroll down and see if there's any new ones that just came up. Let's see. Wow. Dude, I'm
Oh,
saying this one
Anthony.
just because it cracks me up and it brings me back to a point in my life that was actually a pretty good time. Um, Mallory Gates once again. Uncle Cracker, Drift Away. Please tell me you guys have heard this song.
I'm pretty sure I have. Is it like a?
It's an older song.
It's a redo, right? Like it's like a cover song.
It might be. I don't know.
But I'm pretty sure I know the song.
I'm gonna say right now, I'm gonna bump it because this literally brings me back to my childhood. Summer fucking nights, or summer, just summer in general, at Lake Havasu, cove camping with like my two best friends, my brother and my sister, and our families. We'd go out, fucking go take our two boats out there, go find a cove for the weekend, fucking beach the fucking boats, set up camp, fucking chill there, fuck around in the water, go out, go fishing, and then when we're on the boat, we'd be listening to. That's when I found out about Sublime. I found out about Beastie Boys. I found out about Uncle Cracker, Kid Rock too, unfortunately, and a bunch of other shit, dude, that I wasn't listening to at the time because when I was younger, like a lot younger, I was listening to like mainly country music and like some more like rock stuff from my mom. But other than that, like I wasn't listening to like, you know, Beastie Boys and Sublime. Anything that said curse words in it wasn't. I wasn't listening to it. But now, man, shit, every other word. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, Sean, what about you? What are you thinking, man?
Dumping the Uncle Cracker.
I figured as much. To be
Never
honest.
was an Uncle Cracker fan. Can't do it.
Okay, so I just want to let you guys know that it is a cover song. So, and it is the song I was thinking about, and I think the original is like from the '60s, by some dude named like Dobie Gray or Dobie, Dobie. Um, and I think I would dump it. Like I think that there's a certain vibe that I would be searching for
Wait,
something
hold
like
on.
that, but
Side note, do you have it pulled up? Is there a feature on that song too?
the original or the Uncle
No, the
Cracker
Uncle
one?
Cracker version.
When I actually have the Dobie Gray one
Oh,
up, but the original, it says the official video, it just says Uncle Cracker Drift Away official video. It doesn't say featuring anybody
okay.
at it.
So I thought he had a feature with Kenny Chesney on a song. Who is a country singer, by the way, for anybody who doesn't know.
Oh, he could very well have. I just don't know if it's
I
that
don't know
song.
if it was that song because
Yeah.
like, but I know he did one. But I do know the song because like it's in my head. But you guys are dumping it, huh? I'm all alone on this train. Damn.
Yeah.
Mhm,
You're alone
mhm.
on the island of Uncle
Real
Cracker,
quick
bro.
though, speed round. Us three. Song you wish you wrote. Sean. Song you wish you wrote.
All right. This is obscure, and funny enough, I think I may have even put it on a Shedtime playlist at one point. But it would be Cradle of Filth's Bathory aria. It's a literal aria, which is an operatic term, but black metal. And this band does like a very melodic black metal, and it's all about the story of Elizabeth Bathory, who is this crazy countess in Europe who would like murder virgin girls and bathe in their blood.
Wow.
So it's a crazy story
It's a
all
lot.
about this woman and getting her comeuppance in the end and the whole story of her life, all in like an 11-minute song. It's crazy. It's beautiful. It's heavy. It's brutal. I wish I wrote it.
All right. Chris, what about you, man?
Man, it's like It's tough, okay? And honestly, I think that like in my brain, I've been struggling since you said it to get my brain off this band, but it can't happen because we were talking about this band earlier. And I think that like a song for me, I love the way it makes me feel for tons of different reasons. And because of that, that's why I'm gonna pick it. So I'm gonna pick Penguins and Polar Bears from Millencolin. It's just like this fucking ripper, dude. I love it. I love it.
It's
Everything about it.
it's
The
got a
fucking
great
guitar
jam.
track at the very beginning, like just fucking. I
I
don't know.
Yeah.
it's rolling in my head now that you said it.
Yeah, man. So that's what I'm gonna pick.
All
And
right.
honestly, there's a chance that it's even was on like Tony Hawk 2, like or
Yeah,
something like that.
or
Like,
could
like
it
have
could have
Dave
been on like
Mira. It was on a lot of those games
yeah,
in that era. A lot of them, because that was actually how I discovered that band. And like nobody I knew who they were, and I was like, dude, they're on like these 3 different fucking PlayStation games I've been playing.
yeah. It's like they're not shit. What is it? How is
Yeah,
this?
like they're good. Fuck off.
All right. So for me, I'm gonna probably have to go with. I mean, I'm just gonna have to say it, man. Bad Fish. Sublime, man. Like that, just the fucking what Bradley brought to the table with it, man. It's just a vibe for me. Like that's one of those songs I talk about when I play it. I just fucking like I feel like I'm one with Bradley, almost. You know?
You're James Knoll.
Yeah. I've
Mm.
had a few people tell me I sound pretty close to him when I play it sometimes. Not that I'm trying to sound like him, but
Yeah, dude. So you're putting out that vibe.
yeah. Dude, because
Taking
like,
them away.
and that it's one of those songs too that like I really like. I like, and I wish I wrote it because the way I play it, like, obviously I made it my own, so it's like I like have my own version of it, and I just feel like that version is just such a cool version. Like especially when like I had the whole band aspect to it, like when I had because like my buddy came up with like his version of the bass line off of just listening to it, and like of course it's not spot on, and like we kind of like bluesed it up a little bit, you know what I mean? And then it's cool, and then oh fuck, I thought of another one, but anyways, yeah,
Sean, do you see what Surug put? Second last comment.
I see a lot of sewer rug in here.
Well, it says, dude, Fox was my jam for too long. So rad. Best ride I ever had.
Bro, it's so funny. Yeah, we were literally talking about
That's
that
exactly
rug
why
earlier.
Colin did not leave my brain, and that was the song that Sean mentioned.
Yeah, because for like the whole time that we've been doing the move, I was listening to a lot of Penny Bridge Pioneers. So like,
Oh, dude, such a
Fox
good
has been in
album.
my head for like the last 2 or 3 weeks, just on and off every
Dude, I
couple
was
of
actually
days.
like toying with the idea of like I kind of wish that I wrote the ballad. Honestly, I kind of just wish I wrote that whole album.
Dude,
But,
the
but the ballad's
ballads,
such a deep song. It's fucking great, dude.
like I feel it. Like when you listen to that song, for people who've never heard it, if you want to like get in touch with your soul for a minute through a punk band, you got to
Yeah,
hear Millen
but
Collins the ballad.
it's a nice song though, and the dude actually has like a really nice singing voice. Like regardless of like if you don't like punk music or whatever, it's not a punk song.
It
But it's
just like
fucking it's a banger all the
it
same.
hits like it hits the feels. It plucks the right chords.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Great album. Listen to
Yeah.
that without skipping.
I was
just
gonna
to
say
let you
that's
know,
an
Sarah.
album from front to back in repeat if you want. You can
Yep,
listen to it, and you don't even feel like you're listening to the album over again. It's that good.
I agree. I agree 100%.
For Monkeys is that good too.
Dude, Life on a Plate is too. Honestly, like
Like
even like honestly, even like Machine 16, I think it's called Machine 15. Machine 15, I don't know. It's like a newerish one. It's probably like 8 years old. It's still a good album, but it's not as good for me.
old school gems, baby.
Yeah.
all right.
Give me that 90s, early 2000s. Let's go.
Yeah.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap up the show. Thank you guys for hanging out with us and making the jump over here to Shedtime Studios. Keep an eye over here for some stuff. Who knows what might drop over here randomly for people. So keep an eye out. Other than that, hopefully I'll be back over there at the normal spot next week. We'll see. I'll keep you guys updated on other media platforms. So keep an eye out for that. Other than that, I think we're just going to wrap this up, guys. Thank you guys all for tuning in, hanging out with us, and all that good stuff. Shout outs to anybody who ends up maybe catching this replay. I'm not sure
Yeah,
who
thank
many
you.
people who will, but thank you. But for those
I
that
mean,
showed up for the live, we
if
do
if
really
you search the
appreciate that.
name of this, you could find this particular episode and go, hey, this is weird.
is
It's
true.
not on the normal place, and like it's a tribute and what's going on, and it'll be great. You'll be like, well, this is fucking crazy. I can't believe I just found these guys. Or maybe you're just another Shedhead like the rest of us. And shout out.
And with that, I'll throw it over to you guys to end it out. So, Chris, go ahead, man.
Okay, yeah. So thanks everybody for finding us tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed yourselves. I know that I just like got put in that perfect vibe for the weekend, so that's great. As for myself, you guys can check me out on Tuesday nights on Mixing It Up on KVTV's YouTube channel. Obviously, you can check me out at Shedtime Podcast. Yeah, I won't even say that. I guess just check
it's
out
just
the
everywhere.
website for Shedtime Podcast, and you can find out all that information, including a bunch of cool shit. You can definitely spend some time there, so feel free to check that out. Of course, we do have a Patreon for the Shedtime Podcast as well. So if you guys want to support us over there, by all means, you get certain things. There's certain things you get. Like that's just what happens with like cool memberships, right? It's like anything. You get more when you pay. Unfortunately, that's just the way that life works. And then lastly, I will say, yeah, if you guys want to just check out my site, just Google my name. Just check that out. Once you Google my name, you should be able to find it, no problem. And when you're there, if you use the coupon code Shedtime, then you're good to go. And I think that's it for me. So with that, I will say, everybody, be safe, have a good week. Sean, take it away.
Man, you know what? I'm glad y'all were here today. I'm glad that this is kind of how we came back to it together as a trio. Doing it over here, kind of a podcast, not cast, if you will. A tribute to what every Friday should be filled with good times. So with all of that, guys, you know where to find us. You know how to find us. Don't let the bastards get you down. Be cool. Don't be a dick. And whatever it is that you do, try to have some fun.
Absolutely. And you guys know what time it is. Time
Hey,
for Confucius Say, my favorite segment of the show. And of course, a little wise words of wisdom, food for thought for you guys to think about over the weekend. And hopefully we'll catch you guys on the next one. But today, Confucius Say, 2 wrongs may not make a right, but 2 rights made an airplane.
That's fact, Jack.
That is so true. So true.
It's actually
Never
a
thought
factual
about it.
statement. It's a factual statement.
Never thought about it, but that's a fact.
100%.
Dude, we should have Confucius play that Fact or Fiction with us. He'd probably kill us. Anyways,
Dude.
with that being said, guys, thank you guys for hanging out. Make sure you guys keep your eyes opened. I'll let you guys know on like Instagram or Facebook or wherever else I post more on what's going on as far as things go with me. Other than that, hopefully, you guys will see me in the usual place this time next week. Other than that, Shedtime Podcast. Go check it out. Google it.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Everywhere.
Go do it. Go check it out. Go listen. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Tell your mom. Tell your grandma. And yeah.
All the
with that
5
being said,
stars.
yeah. 5 stars. Subscribe. Like. Follow. Hit the like button.
Comment, share, subscribe,
hit the
ding
bell.
dongs.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do the thing. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and end it out as we do. Sending out positive vibes. Crisp high fives. And as always, vape on, Shedheads. Bye.